Hi ma'am, what brought you here today?
Yeah, I have my mom's hearing aids. She says that they're not working. We changed the batteries and she's still complaining that no sound is coming out of them. So I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to do.
Okay. Can I see? Can I see?
Yeah, of course.
Have you cleaned the hearing aids?
No, I didn't know I was supposed to clean them.
Okay, well, I can go ahead and get these cleaned for you. And I can also show you how to do it. And then I can provide you with a video on how to do it in case you forget.
That would be great. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Barbara.
Hi, I'm Sam.
It is common for patients who wear hearing aids to need assistance from family members or caregivers in the process of cleaning or upkeep of their hearing aids. This could be because the patient might have visual impairments or dexterity issues.
Knowing how to properly clean a hearing aid is crucial when it comes to the patient getting the most benefit out of their devices. There are several different tools that are used by different manufacturers. In this video, you will see some of the most common tools that are used for hearing aid cleanings. We hope that you're able to incorporate these tips into the cleanings of your hearing aids.
In the hearing world, right is red and blue is left. Okay, think of it as R for red and left for left. Okay, all hearing aids, no matter the manufacturer, will have an indicator of whether it is the right ear or left ear. Here, I have 3 different manufacturers. Here in the Widex manufacturer, the blue indicator for the left is right behind the hearing aid. The red for the right, again, it's behind. In Phonak, we have the blue in the back and the R for the right, again in the back. Now this hearing aid here is slightly different. This is a hearing aid that goes in the ear. Some hearing aids that go in the ear will either have the display of whether it's right or left, either in L, like this one here, or it will have it in the serial number. So if, let's say, the hearing aid was for the right, the serial number would be in the color red. If it was for the left, it would be in the color blue.
We as humans tend to sweat, and debris from our hair, our skin, as well as our surrounding environments can build up on top of the hearing aids. So it's always important before you do your hearing aid clean and check to clean the outside of the hearing aid. This can be done using an alcohol wipe, and the same alcohol wipe can be used to take off the hearing aid dome during this cleaning process. So this first set of hearing aids I'm going to clean. I'm just going to take my alcohol wipe. I'm going to clean the shell or the body of the hearing aid. I'm going to take the same wipe as well and clean my receiver and this retention cord, making sure that I'm getting all of the pieces and cleaning off whatever I can see on top of the shell of the hearing aid. I'm then going to take my alcohol wipe and remove the hearing aid dome. Now for this part, I know it seems a little bit scary, like you're going to break the hearing aid. I promise you, you're not going to. It's okay to be a little bit rough. You're just going to want to wipe down the speaker a little bit. So I just did the left hearing aid. Now I'm going to do the right. Same thing, clean the shell, the receiver, the retention cord. And I'm going to take my wipe and pull off that hearing aid dome. I'm going to wipe everything down. So that was this first set of hearing aids. Now, this hearing aid, as you can see, there's some little indents. And sometimes you'll be able to see the indentations of the microphones on the hearing aids as well. So you'll take your brush that was given to you at your fitting appointment, or if you do not have one, you can request one from your hearing care provider's office. And you're just gonna take this little brush and clean inside these indentations. Just gonna wipe it down, making sure that there's no debris in any of the little nooks or crannies on the hearing aid. So I just did the right one. Now I'm going to do the left. Again, if you are a little bit rough, that's okay. It's not going to hurt the hearing aids. All right. Now for this hearing aid, it's a custom. So you're gonna see that it's cleaned a little bit differently than how these two, because it doesn't have some of the parts that the other ones have. So I'm going to take an alcohol wipe, and I'm just going to clean the outside of the shell like I did with the previous shells, making sure there's no unwanted debris or wax buildup on the shell of the hearing aid.
Now we're going to be talking about wax traps. Now, why are wax traps important? Well, they prevent from wax getting into your speakers, which prevents from sound coming out of those speakers. So here I have different types of wax traps. Now, depending on the type of hearing aid, depending on whether it's behind the ear, in the canal, or a rake, your wax traps are going to look a little bit different. Your hearing audiologist should have given you the type of wax traps that go with your hearing aids. But right now we're going to talk about these that I have here for these particular hearing aids. So here for this Widex, I have these wax traps. Now when you open these, you're going to see that there's nothing on the top of these wax traps. This is because as you pull this, one of these little sticks out, the top is where your old wax trap would go. And the bottom, as you can see, there's a little white dot. That's your new wax trap. Now I'm going to explain a little bit further more into how to change those wax traps. But first I want to talk about these other wax traps that I have here. Here for this hearing aid that I have here, you have this what looks like a little cylinder, okay? When you see the number 1 here, which also looks like a little trash can, that's where your old wax trap would go. And then your new one is down in the number 2. For this in the ear hearing aid, these look very similar to the first ones that I showed you. The top is empty, which that's where your old wax traps would go. And as you pull one out, your new wax trap is right at the bottom. Now, when we're changing these wax traps, you typically, if you're wearing 2 hearing aids, you will need 2. You wouldn't need to use all the wax traps in this little carrier. Now, lastly here, I have an Oticon wax traps. These look a little bit different. For this one, you're gonna tilt it up or slide it down and you pull it out. Now for this one, if you bring it up closer, here, you could see that the new one is slightly higher and where your old one would go is a little bit lower. So that's where you would be able to tell when you change that wax trap. Oh, if you forget, oh, I don't know which one's the new one, then you just bring it up closer and you'll see the higher one is the new one. Okay, so now why would you need to change these wax traps? Well, if you have a patient or your family member that tells you, I've already wiped down my hearing aid. I changed the dome and no sound is coming out. I'm closing my hand. I don't hear any squealing. I normally, when I, bring it to my ear, I can hear that squealing. Well, it might be because you need to change your wax strap. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do that. For this set, again, I'm going to go to our little case. I'm going to open it, pull this out, and I'm going to use that empty side. I'm going to pick up my hearing aid, stick that little empty side into that, just like that. Pulls out the old one. Now you have a clean wax strap. Now I'm going to go on and do the same for this right ear. I get a new one. Get it here. Turn it around. Put it in. And it's ready to go. Now we're going to check for that squealing. And as you can see, you can hear it. You can bring it up to the ear. You can hear it. Sometimes you don't even need to bring it up to your ear, because once that wax strap is changed, you can hear it almost instantly when you put your hand, close your hand. Now I'm going to go here. We're going to change the Phonak hearing aid. Now for this one, you're going to hold the cylinder in your hand. Again, we're going to go into that number 1. Stick, and you can hear it click. You're going to pull it out. Now you can see that your old wax strap is there. And you can even, if you're not sure, you can look into your receiver and see if there's anything in there. I don't see anything. Now I'm going to go into that number 2, put it in, and now it's there. Now for this one in the ear, we're going to again open these out, pull this out. We're going to remove our old one, and then we're going to stick in our new one. And just like that.
After you've done all the previous steps and your hearing aids clean and check, you're now ready to put on the hearing aid dome. Your hearing healthcare provider would have already chosen the proper size dome for you based on the size of your ear canal and your hearing loss. So you don't have to worry about picking a size dome that's best for you. That's already done. So here, I'm going to take these Widex hearing aids and the domes provided from Widex to put the dome back onto the hearing aid now that it's cleaned. So I'm going to securely hold the hearing aid in my hand. I'm going to take the dome, and I'm going to, inside the dome, there's actually a little bit of a hole that you're going to place onto the hearing aid. So you're going to push it on, and you're going to push it as far as it will allow you to go. And then you can tug on it, and you're going to see that it's snug. It's not going to go anywhere. And that's when you know that you've properly placed the dome onto the hearing aid. I'm going to do the same thing now for the left hearing aid. I'm going to securely hold it, take my dome, line up the hole, and insert it onto the hearing aid. And you'll feel when it's attached, you'll kind of feel the traction. Take a little snug, it's not going to go anywhere. For my Phonak hearing aids, same concept. I'm going to hold the hearing aid. And you can hold it any way in your hand as long as you feel comfortable and secure. There's no proper way to hold the hearing aid to put the domes back on. I'm going to take my dome, place it on, take a little snug, and it's secured. Same thing with my right. It's not going to go anywhere. Now when it comes to custom hearing aids, there's no domes that go on these hearing aids. So you don't have to worry about changing or replacing the domes when you clean the hearing aids. Now cleanings are usually recommended every 3 to 4 months, but sometimes patients produce wax more than others. So it's best to play those by ear, no pun intended, and have those cleaned or clean them yourself whenever needed.
We hope that you find this video useful.
If you have any questions or need further assistance, please contact your hearing healthcare provider.